Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another Friday live stream. Thank you all for being here, and let's hope this works. I'm using a slightly different setup here, and oh, how do I turn this off? Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I'm using a slightly different setup here. I'm using the iPad to see the messages. Always trying new stuff, as you do. So I have 60 people watching already. All right. Well, thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you for being here. Happy Friday, as always. And coming to you from my home studio here in Miami, Florida. It is Friday, October 18th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Not for long. We're switching back to regular time, which some people like, some people don't like. I happen to like regular time a little better. It's feels more natural, more natural. Let me lower my level here a little bit. I think I'm over modulating a little bit. It feels more natural to me. It's more like the this is the thing. It's 7:15 a.m. and it's still nighttime. So since I like to go running in the mornings, it's kind of inconvenient. Who do we have here on the chat? So dang close to 100,000 subs. Yes, it is getting there. I'm very pleased. Very. I don't know how to explain it, but definitely when we had 5, 10, 20, 45, I always dreamed of this moment coming someday, and it's really cool that we are reaching that. And for some reason, the chat here on the screen is not updating. Perhaps since I am not looking at it, you think that would be the... Okay, here we go. I guess I have to have that window open. There's always technical things going on here with the live stream. Angel Barabara, it's a pleasure listening to you, Robert. Likewise, thank you for being here. And hello from Memphis, Tennessee, from Shanta Cole Walker. And Bruce Prentice, hello. Lucky Dog Productions, happy Friday. Rain is on its way. I know there's a like a it's not a hurricane, right? It's like a tropical cyclone in the Gulf of Mexico, and we're gonna get a little bit of that. But it's funny because yesterday I saw that we had like 100% rain today, and I wake up this morning and you saw that picture that I posted on Instagram. It was like a beautiful morning, not a cloud in the sky. So sometimes it is what it is. Hello, Victor Torres. Hello, Manuel Zaldivar. Hello, The Adventures of Apple and Rob. Hello, how are you guys doing? It's IPA time, and thank you for reminding me. I have an IPA back there. I'm running out of IPAs, by the way. I still have IPAs from my long trip. I still have a couple of them left, but let me get one. By the way, sound check. Are you guys hearing me okay? I think I'm sounding good here according to my meter, but as you'll know, I'm still kind of beta testing this new microphone. Let me see what I have here in beer wise. By the way, a couple of review products coming up. I have a power bank and a Berkey filter. I'm gonna do those probably this week. Something to watch on a Wednesday, I guess. Although not many people like to watch those, but who can blame me for getting a free power bank and a free Berkey and this microphone too. It sounds pretty good. Okay, this is a Hop Dish IPA, and it is the last beer I have. I think this is from Minnesota, if I recall correctly. Yeah, from Stillwater, Minnesota. This is my last Minnesota beer, and after that, I'm gonna have to go back to Minneapolis and get more. Which, that is kind of still the plan for spring. So, and today we're using a Chimay glass because why not? All right, We'll leave a little bit in the can. Cheers, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. And let me read some of the comments here. Oh, apparently it sounds great. Thank you. And Flat Earth Vegans from Delray Beach, Florida. I can't wait to go back to Delray Beach. I'll probably do that this coming January or February, which is when I'm going to do most of my travel in the winter. Probably mostly February. Maybe after the Tampa RV show, I'll do like Daytona and then work my way south to Miami. We'll see. From Denver, Colorado. Hello there. Kevin Herrera, Edgar Herrera, Alan Washington. Sounds okay. You might need a beer run soon. Well, yeah, I have my friend at the liquor store here. It's almost walking distance. So, yes. How's Ili doing? And your mom? Hear you perfectly. Ili and mom are doing great. Thank you so much, Diana Ellis. And I was just by my mom's today. Yesterday I made a pork roast, which came out great, if I may say so myself. You know, lechon. And I went by my mom's today and gave her some. And yeah. Hello from Rhode Island. Everything sounds great. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna reset the chat here. Today I'm using the iPad to read the chat, which is a little far away for my aging eyes, but it's fine. Max McLear, the Arizona desert is beautiful now, Robert. Our fiery summer is at long last over. Yeah, I've been watching some videos. I mean, I think the only person who is out there that is kind of live is RV or TV channel, and sometimes I just watch it because I don't know. It's if you've been to Quartzsite, you know there's not a whole lot to see in Quartzsite, but that town is strangely compelling for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, Adventures with Rosie, thank you so much for that super chat, IPA money, and that's 10 New Zealand dollars. New Zealand, that's another place that I would love to go. Joe Canes, ¿qué onda, güey? ¿Qué onda? And Frank Logrande, would you ever buy a new RV? It would be another Micro Mini, as it fits nicely at your house. It would probably be another Micro Mini for now. I really like that new 1708, like Mini Teeny 2.0 or 2. I really like the form factor, the size, and it's proven to be pretty sturdy. I mean, I've done a lot of miles with this thing. But something of this same size, it will have to be 7 feet wide at the most. And hello, Robert, watching from Bartow, Florida. All right, Richard Ramirez, Robert and Lucky Dog, happy Friday. Yes, an old man in a van. Hey, from the Florida Panhandle. How's it going? It's going pretty good. I've been actually working a lot. Not that much. Today I tried to do a lot, but it turned out to be a little bit of an unproductive day. But I'm working on the Austin video, and then after Austin, I'm gonna work on the San Antonio rally video, which are with RV Caravan with us and Paul Folsey and Tina Folsey, and that was great. That was a great meetup. And then I'm gonna do Seminole Canyon in Texas, and then we're gonna go up to Carlsbad Caverns and Roswell, New Mexico, and then Colorado. And then the Grand Canyon, then Las Vegas, then California, and so much more. Scotty Brunton, you missed the Ranch House Cafe when you turned to Death Valley in Olancha, California. Good, be fast. Well, yeah, good breakfast. I always manage to miss stuff along the way. What can I tell you? It's my fast-paced travel, and in my experience, even if you spend a long time at a place, you're always gonna miss something. So you have to pick your battles. And Russ on RV TV is a great fellow, folks, full-time RVer for several years. Yes, Max, and yeah, I like to watch him from time to time. Definitely has some off the beaten path places, especially in California. Love watching your Tana Lego, love watching your travels, but I can't get on the IPA bandwagon. Come over to the dark side. Porters and stouts. Cheers. I'll enjoy a good Guinness any day, you know. It's the dark side, definitely. Hi Robert, where is Alex? Bikes, boats, and bivouacs. I have no idea. Oh, CLT, there it is. There he is. I just see him down there. All right, let's drink, Robert. Yeah, it's a drinking game. We should do a drinking game. Like whenever I say Pelican or something, everybody takes a sip. Lucky Dogs went to Daytona Biketoberfest to a campground this morning. It was like an RV show. There are hundreds of RVs. Oh, that's pretty cool. And Excalibur 12345 ID. Hi from Harlingen, Texas. Have no idea where Harlingen is, but Texas is so big that I'm sure I have no idea where most of the places. I love Texas. So much to see. So much to see. And Lucky Dog moderator. Hello there, Sue and Tana Lego agree. Porters and stouts are delicious. I used to be a stout guy at some point. I used to drink Guinness, and I used to use it to make my famous beers too at some point, which I changed to IPAs. Are they using better tires on the new trailers? Yes, they are. The whole new Micro Minnie line comes with all-terrain tires, and since I'm going to Alaska, I don't know. It's an idea. It's an idea to do a quick upgrade there soon. Let me go through the chat here real quick. 3 months to Tampa Super Show. Yes, which reminds me, I have to email the guy from the RV show. And hello, Madog and Andrew and Monica from Pennsylvania. Hello there, and Red Jaguar, hello there. Happy Friday to you, my friend. And James Reese, fly to the U.S. and start a road trip in 2 weeks. Can't wait. Enjoy, man. Have a great time. Happy trails. And howdy from David and Debbie in Terrell, Texas. We always love to see your travels. You're a great narrator. Thanks, great info. Thank you so much. I'm glad. I hope you are enjoying my most recent series in Texas. Of course, most of you guys have only seen the Houston video. But this Sunday is San Antonio, which I might do a director's cut about San Antonio, because I don't know if you know if you realized last week, but I kind of said it briefly. I lost a bunch of footage, which most of it I was able to recuperate, and I'm still recuperating some stuff, not from the hard drive that failed, but from another hard drive that had those files previously. And as you know, when you erase something from a hard drive, it never gets really erased until you write something on top of that. So I was able to recover most of my footage from Texas, which I was already starting to do the Seminole Canyon video, because I thought I had lost all of Austin and San Antonio, but I was able to recuperate it. And when I was editing the San Antonio video, some footage from the GoPro I couldn't find at the moment. I found it after the video was already uploaded. So I might do a long video about just my 4 videos from Texas. I'll call it Adventures in Texas. It's going to be 2.5 hours. And I'll include that extra footage when I do that. Stressless Camping. Hello there. I can't believe I didn't bring Anderson Valley Bourbon Barrel Stout when you were here. Of course, I drank enough beer at Lagunitas for 3 people. Hey, I'm going to be back. I'll be back at your neck of the woods. Probably not this year, but maybe next year. And oh no, this is an old text. Never mind. I'm easily distracted, as you probably know. When was your first winter trip? When is your first winter trip happening, Robert? Well, I'm going to do a fall trip now in 3 weeks to Alabama, to the Minis on the Mountain rally. And in winter, it's gonna be Florida. My first winter trip actually is probably going to be the Tampa RV Super Show, most likely. And even though I'm strangely compelled to drive to the west, I think I'm gonna spend this winter in Florida. I gotta give my home state a little bit of, not CLT but TLC. So yeah. Larry Collins, hi Robert, been watching your videos for some time now. You helped us make the decision to travel. Can you tell us about some good boondocking places in Texas that you like? Well, this is technically boondocking. There's a park in Junction, Texas. I mean, a lot of boondocking in western Texas for sure. A Shriner Park in Junction, Texas. You can boondock there for up to 3 nights for free, and they have bathrooms, and it's a nice view. It's right next to a river. And out in West Texas, there's a lot of places. I haven't really boondocked all that much. At the Marfa Lights viewing area, I boondocked there too. But download, no, just go to freecampsites.net. Not sponsored or anything, but they do have and you have to take whatever you see there with a grain of salt. A lot of it's not accessible by any type of vehicle. But over there, you can see a lot of places where you can boondock. Mario Botello, do you recover your lost Texas footage? Well, yes, as I said, for the most part, I did. It's still a little bit of a mess, and some of the files are corrupt, but most of it, I'm able to put a good, concise video for sure. And Nicola Kendall just came back from Destin last weekend and had some awesome seafood from Bosham Seafood Oyster House. A great red snapper, and Destin. I don't know every single restaurant, but whatever seafood I ate in Destin was always great. Let me tell you. And as I said, Thales Howard, when's your next adventure? It's gonna be Huntsville, Alabama, Minis on the Mountain, and then Florida. I don't have any plans yet. Actually, my main plans are to finish editing all these videos as soon as possible. And so I'm gonna be staying put here in Miami the rest of the year for sure, except for the Minis on the Mountain rally, and then January the RV show, and then I'll do something in February as well. Excalibur used to do a video on Harlingen, Texas. It is in the south part of Texas. Well, definitely will probably not this year, but the next year, or maybe next year. Who knows? I mean, the future is not written, and I don't really like to make long-term plans all that much anymore. There's so much to see. Leonardo Marquez from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Bienvenido. We're going to Tennessee on vacation this Saturday, and we just finished watching all your videos about it. Thanks for sharing your adventures. So you're well welcome. And Tennessee is one of my favorite states, and I can't wait to go back to Nashville, actually. Such a great city. IPAs are great, but there are lots of great styles of beers. I do agree completely. Robert, still mulling the idea of editing a camper camera only video. Definitely, yes, it's there. And it would be relatively easy, a little time consuming, but it should be relatively easy. And I'm going to do that as soon as I have like 3 or 4 videos in the can. I have to work ahead. I'm going to start doing that. And I have another channel, which I'm going to share with you guys at some point. It has a couple hundred subscribers, actually. It's called Scenic and Not So Scenic Drives, or something like that. I don't even remember what I called it, but that's the channel and I have a couple of videos there, and that's where I'm gonna put like unedited drives. Maybe I'll do some whimsical music in the background. So yeah. Kip Minitini, don't listen to the other guy. At least it's paid for. Yeah, that's definitely a plus. But I would have to do some upgrades to Minitini. Andrew and Monica, where is your shirt from? Yeah, this is I bought it at Harper's Ferry at the Appalachian Trail Conservancy Center, and it says, what does it say? It's a phrase by John Muir, I think. The clearest way into the universe is through a forest wilderness, by John Muir. So yeah, it's a cool shirt. I liked it when I saw it in and I think it epitomizes the forest. It even kind of, it looks like the forest in the Appalachians, but it also kind of looks like the forest in Washington and more than Washington, like Oregon. Like it almost looks like those trees in Oregon. So I kind of like it. I like it a lot, actually. Okay, I'm gonna have to reset the chat here soon because I'm sure I'm like the chat. I'm reading messages from 6:44 and we're at 6:49. Okay, only 5 minutes behind on the chat. That's not so bad. And I'm currently in Minnesota. No, Mims, Florida. Okay, I went to a brewery restaurant in Titusville called Playa Linda. Excellent craft brews. I gotta go back to Titusville actually. I like that area a lot. Hey, Robert, have you ever thought about, that's from Brandon Stargell, have you ever thought about attending the NASCAR Racing Homestead Miami Speedway? If only to document your experience. I would be open to that. When does that happen? I would like to see that. Manuel Saldiva, gracias a ti aprendí a tomar IPA. Thanks to you, I learned how to drink IPA. Well, me alegra que te guste. I'm glad you like it. And hello from West Palm Beach, just a stone throw away here north of us. Lucky Dog, Robert, did you catch my latest video? I did a sticker review, and this traveler was in it receiving his blue wrench. Yes, I saw it. Did I see it? That the latest video? No, didn't you do that? No, no, I haven't seen it yet. I saw the one that you guys did a couple of months ago. That you went to that wilderness. I'm gonna check it out tonight. Definitely, that should be good. Asim Saeed, Robert, how are you doing? Doing great. What is the name of the truck? Peli Grande. I haven't really named it. Although after this last long trip, I made my peace with the Colorado, so I might name it at some point. I might just name it Colorado. I don't know. I don't feel very creative with the truck, but yeah. Max McLear, I just can't imagine how much video editing awaits my friend Robert. A Herculean task for sure. It feels like a lot, and it is a lot, but I'm gonna try to edit at least for the next month 2 videos per week. I've been remodeling my studio here, if you haven't noticed, and I'm gonna do a tour of my studio at some point. But definitely, I'm gonna try to edit 2 videos per week, but just uploading 1 per week, so I can work ahead and have like 3 or 4 videos, like a buffer. So I don't have to stress out as much. Like when I go to Minis on the Mountain, I don't have to like be editing up there. That's the idea. Chad Thompson just got back from camping in the capital, KOA, near DC. Went out for the Annapolis Boat Show and took the kids to DC for a few days. Not a huge trip. Just over 1,900 miles round trip. I want to go back to DC. I always enjoy going to DC. There's a little bit of a creep. Creep is not the word. It's the fact that you feel like they're always watching you when you're on DC. It's like this high security all the time, which didn't used to be like that before 9/11. But that's the one thing that I don't like all that much, but it's our nation's capital, and it's such beautiful architecture, such great museums, and so grand, such great. I want to go back to the Washington Monument. I went back in 1994, and back then you didn't have to make reservations or anything like that. We just walked in, paid our fee, and boom, just took the elevator up. It's not like that anymore, but yeah. Definitely want to go back to Washington because I've been there, but it's such a great city, such a big city with so much to see that even the 3 times that I've been there, I haven't been to Arlington Cemetery yet. So there you go. David Sass Showbridge Bridge. Hi Robert, London says hi. Starting a 3-week road trip next week, Texas to Florida via Nashville. We'll be passing Huntsville. Will you be at the rally? When will you be there? Next week. Well, I might be there. The rally is. By the way, at the rally, I haven't come up with a venue yet, but I want to do a meetup in Huntsville if you're gonna be there, and that is a. Let me look at my calendar here because I'm so bad at this. So most likely, and the idea is to have it Friday, November 8th, probably around 7, 8-ish, after we finish, it's probably 7 p.m. After we finish all the activities at the rally, we have a meet and greet or something like that. And then at one of the breweries in, it's called Campus something there, we can have the meetup. Are you going to Barrow, Alaska, or Dead Horse? I'm gonna try to make it to Dead Horse. If I can get on the flight to Barrow, I might go to. And I see somebody was probably a message deleted. Oh, and here I can view deleted message. Okay. Yeah, I see why you deleted it. It's not like very legible. It's just an X. Lucky Dog, it won me a chili cook-off in Miami. Well, there's a chili cook-off at the rally too. Let's explore Lolo Pass. Where is that? Eladio Leon, Robert, where do you recommend me to go on my first trip here from Miami in my new RV? Well, if you can get down to the Keys, it's a really easy and fun place to go. It's expensive, but for your first trip, I would try to go to one of the RV one of the state parks. This time of the year, the mosquitoes are still pretty brutal, so I would go Red Coconut in Fort Myers Beach. This time of the year, I would try to stay away from inland Florida because of the mosquitoes, and it's still kind of hot. I'm trying to think. Miami. You're in Miami, of course. Go to Larry and Penny Thompson Park. You know, it's nice. It's a good shakedown trip. You have full hookups. It's right here. It's right down there by the zoo. So yeah. Is Death Valley safe to drive a Class A? Absolutely, yes. Death Valley's. I mean, the main roads. Don't go to the racetrack playa. That obviously not. But if you stay on the main roads, yeah, it's no problem at all. Rhoda Fred, happy Friday and cheers. Clear and warm in Monrovia, South California. We'll be retiring next year and looking forward to seeing you on the road. Definitely happy trails and congratulations on retiring. CLT, I've seen videos on scenic drives with relaxing music and they get 100,000 views plus. I'm gonna have to start doing that. Hey, Rich Family TV, how you doing? Randall, have you released Driving to the East yet? Driving to the East, the music. Oh no, man, I haven't had time. I wanna add I'm the perfectionist in me. I should just release it like that, but I wanna add a guitar track, and I wanna sing it again. I don't think I did my best job singing that one, so that's the thing, and I haven't had time to do that, but. Now that I have the studio and I've been remodeling the studio, that's another thing. So I haven't been able to do much music, but I promise this week I'm gonna do it for sure. Dylan Reynolds, hi Robert, are you going to see the midnight sun? I really hope so. If the Alaska trip comes through, definitely. I intend to be in Fairbanks, Alaska for the Midnight Sun Festival on June 21st or around that time. I'm talking too much and I'm not drinking enough beer. Excuse me. Did you get to visit any of the caverns on Skyline Drive, West Virginia? Peter Brill, no, I didn't. The only thing I got to see was a waterfall. It was it was the end of the trip. I wanted to be in Atlanta, Georgia at a certain time, and I just drove and stopped at almost every single vista point, and I really liked it. I really liked the campground where I stayed too. Linda Muller, good morning from West Australia. Hello there, West Australia. Is that Perth? Looking forward to the next video installment. Kangaroo, give us great ideas for our next USA road trip. And I can't wait to do a road trip in Australia. I know the distances are immensely long and large and huge, But I would love to do a road trip in Australia, even if it takes a month. But be able to drive, from Sydney to Canberra to Melbourne to Alice Springs to Darwin and back down to Perth, and wouldn't that be cool? I read this book, and I probably said this before. I read this book called "In a Sunburned Country" by Bill Bryson. Beautiful book. Great book. By the way, thank you so much for that super chat, Mr. CLT, Alex Cruz. Really appreciate it, man. And thank you so much. And Miss Maria Vlogs. Hi, Robert. Was wondering, are you ever going to do another meetup in Miami again? Well, CLT is working on that. We might do it in Fort Lauderdale, actually. Since we did Dade County, we might do one in Broward County, which... I mean, let's face it, it's half an hour, it's 40 minutes, without traffic, of course. And good afternoon from beautiful Anchorage, Alaska, one of the places that I want to visit on this trip, because I've never been there. I've been to Fairbanks, and I did the Dalton Highway, but I want to go down to, this is something I have to work on today. Today I have the camera on top of my iPad, and it's not the most stable thing. Definitely Alaska, Anchorage, and the Kenai Peninsula, at the very least, I want to do those. And of course, Denali. And if I could go somewhere else. Hi from North Pole, Alaska. Oh, well, Alaska in the house today, huh? North Pole, of course, that's just east of Fairbanks. Very cool town. Everything is decorated in Christmas fashion. And they have a huge Christmas store, too. Almost as big as the one in New Braunfels. No, not New Braunfels. What's that town in Michigan? The German town that has the huge Christmas store. John Chucker from Waterbury, Connecticut. Doing a pork patty with green bean and broccoli dinner in your name. I just did I roasted a pork shoulder yesterday. It came out awesome. Awesome. William Irizarry. Hello, Pelican Heads. And Robert from Port St. Lucie. And Scenario 101 finally caught you live. And thank you so much, Road Trip Buddy, for that super chat. Always good to hear your voice. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. And Arwukegan, do you believe in Bigfoot? I'd rather not say. I mean, I've never seen one, but who knows? Who knows what you can find in those unexplored areas of the forest. Hi, Robert. Are you going to Edmonton at Alberta? I hear the sun sets at 10 p.m. I might pass by there on my way. Edmonton, my geography fails me here for a second, so I'm going to consult the Book of Knowledge here, or the map. Would that be on my way to Alaska? Probably not, because I'm going to probably... This is the idea. For my Alaska trip, I'm going to do Glacier. And from there, I'm going to go up to Canada, to Calgary. And then I want to do Banff and Jasper, like everybody else. So Edmonton is kind of out of the way, but hey, I never rule anything out, because you never know. Right? Frankenmuth, Michigan. Thank you so much. That's the name of the town. Very cool town. German town. Authentic German town. Good food. Nice people, the nicest people. I mean, it's one of those places where, I mean, people are nice for the most part everywhere, but some places they go out of the way. And this place they go out of the way for sure. Eladio Leon just came back from Alaska. It was super beautiful, best trip. Yes, I believe you, because Alaska, as far as natural beauty, is one of my favorite states. Cynthia Brent, I truly enjoy your videos. Recently found them on Netflix. However, I have this song going to the West song in my head when I wake up in the morning. I'm sorry about that. But probably not Netflix. I think you mean Amazon Prime. I've been trying to get into Netflix, and it's nearly impossible. But by the way, all these videos that are coming out on YouTube are coming out eventually on Amazon. They just take a little longer to approve them and all that. So Tab 42 Al, do you recommend Winnebago? For the most part, yeah. For the most part, yes. Um, they might not be like the top of the line, the best. Like, well, they are now because they bought Numer, right? But I think for you get a good quality for what you pay for in general. In general, I mean, Minitini is still there after I don't know, say 60, 70,000 miles, and I mean, the way they're not a sponsor, not yet, anyways. So I'm just saying, have you ever seen a UFO? I didn't see it personally, but my camera saw some weird lights at the Marfa lights in Marfa, Texas. So Guten, a band from the genuine German town of Munich. Well, that is definitely a true German town, and I can't wait to go back to Germany. I really liked Germany when I went there. I've only been to Dusseldorf, to be honest, but I really liked Germany and the German people for sure, and the beer, oh, and the sausages, and the brats, right? Are you planning to do Toronto, Winnipeg, and Montreal? Yeah, I just don't know when, but yeah. And don't forget Quebec City. Hi, Robert, watching you from Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh was part of the plan on this past trip, but I just didn't have the time. Missed you this weekend, William Marisari. I'll be back in Miami this coming weekend. Cool, Volcano time lapse. Love your mic. Thank you so much. And I kind of like it too. I hope it sounds as good as it looks. I like the look, you know. And of course, this was something free that they sent me. But the leading brand, it's in USB mics, is this big thing that I see every single podcaster and people who use USB mics on YouTube use, and this is really cool. It's kind of minimalistic. It kind of looks like the mic that I used to have. I mean, I still have it, the one that I used to use, the old Audio Technica, but it has a blue light. I mean, it's kind of cool. I like it. Tampa John left Sunshine Key, heading home to Tampa. All right, I'm going to Tampa in January, hopefully. Jim, hey Jim, how you doing? A quick hi and bye. I wanted to check in before we head back to work. Not sure if you've seen Barb's comment about sending North High beer down to you. She lost signal. I don't think I saw it, but yeah, North High. I still have a couple of them. As you know, we did the meetup in North High, and Gavin gave us like a whole case of beer. That was really cool. Very nice guy, the owner of North High, and. If you're in Columbus, Ohio, definitely check them out. They have all kinds of beer, not only IPAs, but I still have a couple. But today I decided to go, Minnesota, because I've been drinking North High for the past couple of weeks, Gary May, I want to visit Alaska, but I'm afraid I won't want to leave, and I will die before I get back to Florida. And the thing is, I hear the winters they kind of suck. I don't know. I would love to spend the winter in Alaska. I want to see what it feels like not to see sunlight, like for months at a time, or at least a week. So I would go to like north of the Arctic Circle in winter. That should be pretty interesting. I hear you see stars that you never seen before, and the aurora borealis, northern lights. So I might spend one of these days. I might spend a week at the Boreal Lodge. What's the one where I stayed in Wiseman, Alaska? The Arctic Getaway. They rent you like a whole cabin. It's really cool. Are you singing at RV thing? I don't know. I have to get in touch with Paul, because I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to go to the RV thing. I'm still pondering whether I'm going to be able to do it. I have to get in touch with him. So, yeah. Amazon Prime, thanks for sharing your adventures and goals. Thank you so much. No, thank you for watching, and you're very welcome. Dylan Reynolds, are you planning Vancouver? Seattle, Portland, and San Francisco 2020. Well, Vancouver and Seattle we already did a couple of months ago, and you're gonna see that in my channel in probably a month or so. Very cool 2 cities. San Francisco, I'm gonna do at some point again, but I don't know exactly when. And Portland as well. FYI, from Red Jaguar, the fall colors have hit Pennsylvania, and it really looks good here, man. Yeah, I wish I would have stayed an extra month to be able to see the fall colors in full bloom, but I'll see it at some point. Hopefully, maybe next year. Maybe I shouldn't wait too long. You never know. Hey, Robert. Campgrounds around Pittsburgh with ATV rides, including riding through a cave. Oh, cool. Rentals available, 400 probably. Probably can just ride with someone if you get a helmet. Oh, that's cool. And Mark H, thank you so much for that super chat. Thanks for all you do, Robert. You are a travel ambassador for sure. Oh, thank you so much. I never felt like a diplomat, but if you guys thank you so much, I appreciate it, and thank you so much for that super chat, man. It's Tony Charello, and my future trips to Northeast. Any future trips to Northeast Florida? Definitely. I've never actually spent a night in Jacksonville. And I would love to do that. Is the Minnesota beer from those that were at the North Hive meetup? The kind you gave Liz, she put in her purse and forgot about it until the next day at an event she went to and found it. LOL. I don't know if it is. I don't know if I bought this in Minnesota, or it may be from the folks that, they had the leisure travel van. Yeah, maybe it is from them that they give you. This is obviously a prank call. Area code 904. Should I give you the number so you guys, everybody call this number and prank call them too? Hey, William Sanborn from Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Have you ever been? Yes, I have, as part of this last road trip. I actually stayed at... Oh, my phone. What's wrong with it? Maybe I need to restart it. Give me a second here. My phone screen is doing something weird. Alright, no, it's not doing it anymore. And this phone has to last me a long time. This is the last phone that has a headphone jack. Take a ferry trip over to Newfoundland where you visit the Eastern Canada. Definitely, yes. I want to do that. Newfoundland and Labrador, and yeah, of course. V. Gonzalez, any future travel plans? Of course, there's always plans, but I'm going to stay put here in Florida, except for that trip, is that week trip to Alabama until January, and then January is the Tampa RV show. I have so much video to edit that I need to... I was away for 3.5 months, and I did a lot of travel and a lot of videos. So all those videos, you're gonna be seeing them for the next 3, 4, 5 months. I don't know how many months it's gonna take me. Hi, Robert. Visit Alaska in winter 2022. That sounds like a plan. Yeah. And Jim, reminder, Liz is my 90-year-old cousin that joined us and does not act her age. Yes, Liz, of course. CLT, remember Pelican Hands, if Robert is not able to get your comment, rewrite them, and he's also going to overview the comments on his podcast, Living the RV Dream. I didn't do the podcast today, but I'm gonna do it next week for sure, and I'm gonna be answering on some of the questions that I didn't get to answer here today from the past 2 weeks. I didn't really... I mean, I could have made the time, but I didn't really have time to do the podcast this week. It's I've been doing too many things. Do you have any videos of South Dakota or North Dakota or Montana? They're coming up. They're coming up in about a month or so. And I did quite a bit in South Dakota. Not so much in Montana, but at South Dakota I did. Well, I did Mount Rushmore. Now that I think about it, I didn't do all that much in South Dakota. I did Mount Rushmore and the Badlands, and that's about it. Hi, Robert. Are you planning to do London, Ontario in fall 2020? Don't know yet. Fall 2020. Let me think about it. Probably not. Probably not. Because I don't know. It depends. I don't know. Any plans for Cape May, New Jersey next summer? Actually, next summer, if all goes well, I'm going to Alaska. But Cape May is definitely one of those places that I gotta hit at some point. Yes. Patrice Cataling, we are in the Keys in February. Will there be a place where we can see you perform? Probably on a Saturday night. Not in the Keys. I might, from time to time I do the Magic City Casino, but that's about it. But I'm not performing all that much lately. Have you thought any more about your battery upgrade from my grinder? Yes, definitely, and I don't know yet, because for Minis on the Mountain, I have an AGM back there that it's still in pretty good condition. That's the one that I'm gonna put in Minitini for that trip. And until Alaska, which is the summer trip, I'm not gonna really need to boondock for a long time. So for long term, So I'm not gonna do batteries, not yet. I don't want to incur that expense yet. And when the moment arrives, I'm gonna try to get a sponsorship with one of the lithium battery manufacturers. If not, I'll just buy 2 AGMs for now. And that's what I'll use. Actually, Ross Depre from the Depre's channel, he recommended that I use just 2 golf cart batteries, and he said golf cart batteries are good because they have larger plates. That's what he said, and he seems to be a pretty knowledgeable guy, so I believe him. And the Red Jaguar says to remember to smash that like button. We have 262 watching, and for some reason, it doesn't let me know here how many likes I have, because I'm watching on the iPad. Actually, I could watch it here, but then I would lose, everything. I have 60 likes. Oh, man, I'm talking too much. Hi, Robert, are you going to the RTR in January? No, sir, I'm not going to RTR this year. I might go next year if they're still doing it. I don't know. I haven't even found out. Are they still doing it at the Quartz site, or I think they were doing it in California this year? I have no idea. I haven't really done much research because I totally lost my train of thought. Blessings from Ohio, from Sally Doughton. Love your channel. Thank you so much, and I love Ohioans and Buckheads, Buckeyes. What's wrong with me? Buckeyes. Such nice people in Ohio. I really liked Ohio, and of course Jim is from Ohio, so I have to say nice things because he's here, right? No, just kidding. I from the first time I went to Ohio to Cedar Point back in 2011, I really like the vibe that the people have there. Tap 42, would you buy your camper again? 99, 80%, 90% most likely yes. Yes. Because for the price to quality ratio was really good, I think. You can get better campers, but they're more expensive, and we all know that some of the cheaper campers they fall apart. So yeah, Minitini has been good. Jim, it may be between Christmas and New Year's before we head south now. Hope this is the last delay, so maybe you can meet us in Savannah then, unless it is too cold then. Good night, back to work. All right, Jim, back to work. Someone's got to make the money. I mean, I wouldn't mind the trip to Savannah. It's not that far. And it's such a lovely city, and I still haven't seen Tybee Island, so I wouldn't mind. Robert Taylor, hey Robert, Route 66 is far gone, but I'd like to see some of it. Do you think it is worth making that kind of trip before it is totally gone? And I've done a good portion of it, and the only parts that are truly gone are really like if Texas, New Mexico, like West Texas and New Mexico, Arizona. It's all in ruins, and that's quite a shame. Then you have that part in California. Some parts are really cool, like that when you go through Oatman, for example, and then it's kind of abandoned. And there's a part that is actually shut down right now in the Mojave Desert. Yeah, but if you are able to do it and you have the time, it's definitely doing it at least once. You can watch Nomadic Fanatic if you want to see, more in-depth travels through Route 66. Hey, we love your videos. What's on your shirt? The curiosity is killing me. Well, this I said it earlier in the video. I bought it at the Appalachian Trail Conservation place, and it says I cannot read it myself here, but the clearest way into the universe is through a forest wilderness. It's a John Muir saying, and even though I'm kind of apprehensive of deep forests, kind of afraid of it, I don't know why, but a walk in the woods, as Bill Bryson would say, it's a great way to clear your mind. So yeah, I like it. Hi Robert, is there going to be a video about you panicking about Hurricane Dorian? I didn't shoot much video on that day. There's the GoPro on the roof taking video. I'm gonna mention something, of course. And I spent that night in the outskirts of St. Louis, Missouri. But it's not gonna be one of these drama videos. No, probably not. Hey Robert, Anchorage does not allow overnight RVing. Someone messed it up, but a lot of other places do. Oh really? That kind of sucks. I remember. No, it was in Fairbanks, I think, that the Walmart looked like an RV park. But yeah, somebody's always gonna mess it up for the rest of us, right? McLivnick, hello Robert, I've got someone else hooked on your videos. Shout out to Eric Morgan. Well, Eric Morgan, shout out to you. And Linda Barker, best wishes to all in the panhandle in Nestor's path. Yeah, I haven't really been following. I don't think Nestor is gonna be that nasty of a storm, but who knows? Who knows with... Yeah, hopefully it won't be... Yeah, it kind of looks a little disorganized, but I don't know. I haven't been watching the news. Is your camper a 4-season? Well, I've camped in the winter, so if that counts, but I don't think it's considered a 4-season. I don't have heat pads under the tanks or anything like that. But all my plumbing is indoors, and that really helps a lot. Okay, but from Bruce Prentice, location and dates for the RTR not definite yet, according to their website. Yeah, I don't think the BLM land wants them back in at the Scat and Wash in Quartzsite, so it's become probably too big for their own good. The whole RTR thing. But I liked it last year, or actually this year, this January when I went there. It feels like a lot longer, but it was only this year. Oh, totally ADD of me, but someone just bought a CD. Thank you so much for Kids Believe Letters. If you're watching and just bought a CD. And thank you so much for that super chat. Mike Love Mike. Hello, Robert. We watch your videos every night. Well, that's a lot of watching, and I really appreciate it. I hope that you like them, and I bring you some entertainment, and that's all I really, that's the biggest reward. And Faith Rada, get Robert CD is the best thing I got this year. Is that the CD that I just bought? That I just sold? PayPal tells me, like, gives me a notification every time. And one crazy family, and thanks for showing again. I was a bit late. Love it. No problem. You were very welcome. And Ernesto Velez, hey Robert, do you have any kids? Do they travel with you? Not. I have a stepson, Brian, and he some from time to time. It's been a while, but we went together to Cedar Point and to that trip in the Four Corners. We did that together. It's a lot of fun. Minitini is not the best trailer for more than two people, but when we get a larger trailer, for sure, that would be cool. And from Jensen Beach, Hurricane Dorian was a nightmare. Well, yeah, for you guys, yeah. And luckily, Miami was spared that tragedy. And but I lost North Dakota because of that hurricane. But what can you do? Sometimes you gotta be prepared. And I knew I was 3 days away from Miami nonstop. So I wanted to be in a position to be able to make it to Miami before the hurricane if I really had to. So that's it. Hola, Doña Morales. Is my mom here? Did I miss a message from my mom? Sometimes I can read all the messages. And I can't see it. Yeah, I'm on live chat. I'm not on... Oh, my mom here. Yeah, Alma Morales. Hi, my beloved son. Greetings to everyone waiting for the next Sunday to watch San Antonio video. Love, Mom. All right, everybody say hello to my mom. And thank you, CLT, for pointing that out. Hi, Robert. Is there going to be a video about the earthquake in Vegas? I might mention it offhandedly, but I wasn't rolling the camera. I mean, I didn't even feel it, to be honest. Ely felt it more than I did. And so the camera wasn't rolling when the earthquake happened. When are we going to have some more of your music? Oh, very soon. I have a new tune that I'm working on called "Texas is Hot." Actually, you're gonna hear part of it this coming Sunday, but it's still not finished. It's one of those things that I start writing them and then I use it in a video, and it takes me forever to actually finish them. Steve Lucier, what's on the CD? It's a double CD, and it's pretty much every single tune that I've composed up to last year, up to December of last year, I think. Yeah, more or less. So there's only like one. Only Driving to the East is missing from there. Goshal, hey Uncle Robert, any diet advice? Would like to lose some weight. Your thoughts on keto? I'm not doing keto. I'm not doing anything really. For a while there, I was really watching what I ate, and I stopped drinking beer for a couple of weeks there, or more than a couple of weeks. And then it's just maintaining. I'm not too much into carbs, but I'm more of a paleo keto kind of guy, and I've been trying to exercise as much as possible. That's pretty much what I've done. Okay, Mr. Robato, domo arigato, Mr. Robato. Forget my previous recommendation on visiting Acadia National Park. Spent a long weekend on Columbus Day. Went to too much traffic. Cadillac Mountain closed for 2 days. Best to go early, mid-May, mid-September. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back. Herbie One, are you going to give Fort Wilderness another attempt in Orlando? Probably not anytime soon. I'll probably stay at the Tropical Palms RV Resort in Kissimmee and just drive there. All right, everybody saying hello to my mom. That's cool. Shariah, hello, Robert. I'm watching your RV show regular. Thank you so much. Have you ever been to Virginia City, Nevada? No, I have not, as a matter of fact. And the Goombas, yes, good idea. Christmas CD for traveling. Yes, I'm traveling Robert Discology. I'm definitely. I'm gonna probably make a video promoting the CD for Christmas. And as soon as I'm finished selling this batch, that I still have like 20 or 30, I don't know how many I have. I'm gonna do a new version, adding a couple of songs, and that's when Driving to the East will come out on YouTube. Driving to the East will come out on YouTube. Well, the video is there. The song, I have to finish it. I'm gonna finish it soon. I have to. And hello from Marrakech. And Faith Rad, I love when you take your camera on your Florida walks. Yeah, maybe tomorrow morning I'll take it. I might do a bike tomorrow, since it is Saturday, and Saturday morning traffic is not bad in Miami. I'm afraid to go out with my bicycle in Miami. Traffic is so crazy. People just, yeah. Steve Avery, what type of guitar do you play? I have a classical, like Spanish guitar. That's what I learned, and that's what I play. Although I'm kind of trying to start playing more, steel string, and eventually I want to learn a little bit of electric guitar. I have to get that pick style. I do finger style, so I have to get used to the pick. R2 on the road. Surprise travel issues when we traveled in South Dakota. Locals said it is normal. Have run into bad weather traveling. Well, not in South Dakota, but I've run into, especially in Florida, the Panhandle, going east or west. I always run into like big thunderstorms there. Besides that, nothing really. A couple of really cold weather days in kind of like in Oklahoma City, but nothing too crazy. Hey, Don Holloway, thank you so much for that super chat. Cheers to you, man. Appreciate it. Hey, my mom says hello to everyone who wrote something for me. Love, peace, and freedom. Any thoughts on getting an electric bike? I've never actually ridden an electric bike. It would be nice to have, not because I'm lazy or anything like that, but to be able to go further. And yeah. Have you checked out the Park Advisor app? No, I have not. I'll be honest about it. I have not, since I haven't been traveling. So, but you know what? I'm gonna do it right now, because if I don't do it right now, I'm totally gonna forget about it. So let me go here into the Google Play Store, and it's called what? Park Advisor. Well, it comes up with RV parks and campgrounds, which I already have that app. I just haven't used it. I've been using RV Parky. But I see that it lists the Mikosuki Gaming and Casino as one of the... I guess it is very similar to RV Parking in that sense. It has different icons for different types of parks. And it has the pilots and the casinos. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. I like it. Not a whole lot of places here in Miami, but yes, Snapper Creek Service Plaza, and this little tree is probably Larry and Penny Thompson. Yeah, it works. So I'm gonna start using it. Lucky Dog Productions moderator, Mr. Robato, we just got an e-bike. Really like it. Yeah, I eventually I'm gonna get one, Mr. Robato. I think the e-bike would really be helpful if you are not towing a vehicle behind your motorhome. And probably when at some point we're thinking of getting a B or B plus or C minus or whatever we decide to get. I think I'm gonna have a trailer for the foreseeable future, but who knows? I'm thinking now that I have the Colorado, and the Colorado has proven to be reliable for the most part. I mean, for the most part, no, it's been a reliable machine. It hasn't had an issue. Knock on wood. I might stick with the trailer for a couple more years. Do you have a CB radio? Not yet, but I wanna. It's one of those things that is in my Amazon wish list, and at some point I'm gonna get it. And I'm also eventually, one of these days, gonna get my ham radio license. Everything in good time. Magic City. Magic City. I don't know if do you mean Magic City, like if they allow overnight parking. I have no idea. I've seen RVs parked there. But Magic City officially does not allow overnight parking, I don't think. Red Jaguar, my wife and I both have e-bikes and love them. Just be aware that they are much heavier than regular bike. Yeah, I would imagine. So I would really have to reinforce the rear bumper on Minitini, huh? From Shahar Malik, Mr. Robert, your RV truck is too much carrying. Think like content. It only had trouble once, and it was 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 43 Celsius. And I was going up to Mount Whitney, which is the highest mountain in the lower 48. So that's the only time that the truck kind of tried to overheat. Other than that, it's been great. Chris, I know how much you like the Wild Wild West. Robert, you gotta check out Virginia City, Nevada. It's 30 minutes from Reno and about 7 hours from Vegas. I was very close to Reno. I never made it there. I was in Carson City. But you know what? I'm gonna add it to my list because Virginia City, Nevada. Oh, I already have a star there. Apparently, at some point, at some point, you or someone else recommended it, and I have it marked. I want to check it out. It looks a little out of the way. It has a museum, wild horse mining. Yeah, definitely. I gotta get back to the West. I mean, I know that I love many other places in the country, but nothing compares. Nothing compares, Mr. Robert. Dylan Reynolds, hi Robert. You gonna taking Highway 401 when you come to Ontario? I don't know. I don't know. CLT, Magic City, you playing anytime soon? I played last weekend and they called me for, I think, the week that I was gonna be in Alabama. So I'll probably do one more night there before the end of the year. But yeah, it is not something that I want to do every night. It is 4 hours, and that's sometimes 4 hours is a long time. You know, I'm not 25 anymore, and the next day I feel it. When I win Faith Rada, when I win Megabucks, I'm gonna get Robert really slick mega van so he can park places. That would be cool. Thank you so much. John P in Reno right now. Yeah, I think next time I'm gonna go to Reno for sure. I'm sorry. Amateur Radio Robert, being licensed for decades. Yeah, I have the books and everything, so I just have to make the time. Like I did make the time for the drone license, I have to make the time for that. Yeah. Class B is the way to go. Great mileage. Park it anywhere. The fold-up electric bikes I saw you could pick up with one arm. Cool. And John Shocker, this is John Shocker from Waterbury, Connecticut. To own a CB, you do not need a license, my brother. Yeah, I know for CB, no, but I do want to get the ham radio license to be able to do more. But I used to have a CB radio years ago in the 90s. It was a cheap one. It didn't really do much, to be honest. So I'm gonna get a nice one for the Colorado eventually. One of those Cobras that you can do like breaker 1 2 3 10 4, yeah, that kind of thing. What type of beer are you drinking today? We're drinking a Hop Dish IPA from Minnesota, and I'm running out. So if you guys want to stick around, I might have a second one, or we'll just call it quits when I finish this one. Sharar Malik, thank you so much for that comment. Nice song. You're Jim Valdron. Okay. How about Burning Man? I want to do Burning Man one of these days. I know I'm getting a little old for that one, but I'm young up here, so maybe next year. It all depends. Reno, not very good, from Bill, Utah. I'll take that into consideration, man. And Robert Taylor, when you plan a trip, what is the primary reason for choosing a place to visit? Food, historical values, scenic places? I mean, it depends. Of course, I want to visit all the national parks, all the state capitals, eventually, and all the different places I've heard about. That sometimes it's just this quirky town that I saw on a website, like only in your state kind of thing. And it really it all depends. Places that I've seen in books that I've read, that kind of thing. But like right now, my next big trip I want to do is Alaska. But there's still so much that I want to see in the West that it's there's a lot of planning involved, but sometimes it's just on a whim, and I just look at whatever pins I have on my map, stars on my Google map, and I go from there. I think a meetup at Larry and Penny Thompson Park would be great. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I vote for that. Maybe early next year we can. Early next year the place is gonna be packed with snowbirds. So for Larry and Penny Thompson, it's probably too late by now. This year we could do it right after the snowbirds go north, like right before my Alaska trip. Maybe in early April, March. Probably March would be a good time to do a meetup at Larry and Penny Thompson. We can have the place more all to ourselves. Maybe we can rent like one whole circle, and be all cool. Andrew and Monica, thank you so much for that super chat. I really, really appreciate it, and keep living the dream, Robert. Thank you so much. And living the RV dream, man. And sometimes I forget it, but it's definitely a privilege to be able to do this. Did you go to Paisley Park? Isn't that a song by or a record by Prince? No, I didn't go to Paisley Park. How old are you, Robert? I know you mentioned it before. Well, I wanted to visit the lower 48 before I turned 48. Then I wanted to visit them while I was still 48. And I'm still 48, so I might still get to do that. Faith Rada would love to see the UK through my eyes, and definitely I want to go back to the UK and not just London. I want to see Cornwall, and I all forgot. I want to go back to Bath as well. I went to the P.O. Box a couple of days ago and I got 2 nice letters, and I wanted to share with you guys because, by the way, if you want to send me stuff, my P.O. Box is here, 145012, Coral Gables, Florida. And this one is from Miss Karen McNish. And she sent me a, because she knows I collect them, and I coincidentally, I didn't get to get a Pennsylvania map. So she sent me a Pennsylvania map and a very, very nice letter here. And I also got a message from this gentleman, and he doesn't put his name here on the letter. He just says Pelican Head from Los Osos, California. But he wrote me this very long letter, and this was super, super cool. His name is Richard. And if you're watching, Richard, thank you so much, and for your letter and for your present inside the letter, and also to Miss Karen McNish, thank you so much. I really like receiving stuff. So thank you. And what else do we have here? Shelly Strand, my husband's cousin, is a nurse at Burning Man. She's just about 48. She says either be a nurse there or in the ER in Reno during that time. So you're never too old for anything. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. Are you taking Minitini to Alaska on your trip? Most definitely. Yeah, if I go to Alaska, it's gonna be with Minitini. I have to fix that axle problem that I have at some point before Alaska. But yeah. Yes, to Cornwall. My grandfather was born there. Yeah, I would love to go to Cornwall, and want to go to Bath. Of course, I want to go up to the Highlands, to Scotland, because I happen to be a Scotch whiskey aficionado as well. Not only IPAs. And Paisley Park are the studios that Prince had in Minneapolis. Though you might have, yeah, I was in Minneapolis. I actually didn't know. I would love to visit Prince's studios. I love visiting recording studios because I just love seeing the equipment that other people use. You know, I have myself a kind of a little studio here in Miami, not very fancy, but I learned a lot, especially in the mid-90s. By this, the band that I was playing with, we even had a #1 hit here in Miami back in 1996, I want to say. And I worked in the production of that CD, and I learned a lot working with Raul Rodriguez was his name, the engineer at FIG Studios, and yeah. And Red Jaguar, I love Youngling beer. I have to send Robert some. Yeah, definitely, man. We'll drink it here together, virtually together at the live chat. Shariah Malik, hello, Mr. Robert. Can you announce my brother's birthday? Happy birthday, Raisel. Are you going back to Havana even though you're an American? I get this question every single chat. And whenever the Cuban government lets me go back in as an American citizen, I'll go back in, and rent an RV and drive all over the island. Hi, Robert. Are you going to do Europe as well? I want to do Europe in 2021. I actually, part of my wife's family, they moved to Alicante, Spain. So we would start the trip in Spain, most likely, and then cross through France. And if we make it to Germany or some other place in Europe, Italy, actually, we haven't been to Italy yet. So that would be a good plan. B. Radis Adventures Miller, what's up, buddy? Check out my adventures bicycling around the country. Well, I'll check them out. Yeah, sure. Definitely. Marzan Worldwide, fortunately you have North Dakota in your agenda, so you'll be in that area again. Yeah, definitely. And that's in a sense what I was thinking. Like, what happened here? Doing the... I want to visit the Midwest in a little more depth. So maybe doing a little bit of the Midwest, like maybe Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, in a little more depth, and then crossing over to North Dakota, and then into going west towards Montana because I want to see Glacier, and then from there start the that would be a great adventure. From there start the Alaska adventure. And Melissa, aloha from Oahu, Hawaii. Love watching your videos. Well, aloha, mahalo. And Hawaii will probably be the 50th state before I turn 50. Have you been to Italy? No, I just, as I said, I haven't. Italy is one of the main European countries that I haven't been to yet. But definitely, I want to Florence, of course. I want to do Florence. I want to do Venice. I mean, Rome, of course, you have to do it. Although I'm interested in Rome, but not as much as I want to see Napoli and Pompeii and go all the way down to Sicily and taste the food from all the different. And there's this place like on the east side of the Apennine Mountains that actually I was listening to the Amateur Traveler podcast a couple of weeks ago, and he did a podcast about that area of Italy, and sounds really cool. I'd like to tag along with my new Class B. Yeah, sure, man. Let's do it. Let's make a caravan. Rosina Herrera Cetina, ¿hablas español? Sí, hablo español. Do Vienna as well, 2021. I would love to do Vienna. It's like almost like the cradle of classical music, right? Not really. I mean, there's a lot, but you know, it's you have Johann Strauss and Mozart was really Salzburg, but you know, it's that area where so much great music came out of. You know, back in the Baroque period and then the classical period, for sure. Yeah, I would love to. You know, as a musician myself, I would love to visit Vienna. You're welcome, Shariah. And love Hawaii, the Goombas. I've never been to Hawaii. It's one of those places, you know, I saw that series Lost, which was filmed in Hawaii. And of course, I've seen many movies, many videos about Hawaii. So at some point, I'll make it there. I'm waiting for them to build the bridge from San Francisco to Hawaii. Kidding, of course. Cape Cod, for sure. Faith Rada, that's also... I was so close last fall. Have you ever thought about putting together a top 10 list of your favorite IPAs? I've thought about it, but I don't know. I've had so many, and it's been so spaced out. If I had them all in front of me, maybe I could do like a blind tasting, but I don't know. Red Jaguar, Robert, I had an idea. Would you consider doing your meetups live on YouTube? Another YouTuber does it and gets really good views. We could do that. We could do that for sure. Next meetup, if we have good internet, do like a streaming from the meetup. That would work. Kerned. Hey, Kerned. Did you change your name? Krund. What? Crowned. Anyways, I digress. As you're a good musician, an interviewer of sorts, which famous musician or celebrity would you like to interview? Who is still alive, actually, because a lot of the people that I would have loved to interview, unfortunately, I'm from a time that a lot of them are not with us anymore. I would have loved to interview, and this is very personal and totally off topic, some of these people who came up with the salsa rhythm back in the 60s in New York. How they fused the Cuban guaracha and the sun with jazz and the Puerto Rican bomba and plena, and they came up with salsa. I would love to interview maybe Willie Colon, one of those people in the Spanish sector, and then I would love to. I mean, the only Beatles. There's Ringo and there's Paul, of course. It would be cool to talk to them, but I'm actually very interested in interviewing maybe like the engineers who engineered some of the great albums, like Pink Floyd, that era in the 70s. When it was truly art, like when you had to splice tape and overdub and do all kinds of crazy stuff to do like what Queen did, and Pink Floyd and all the Kansas, all those bands from those days. Because right now we have Pro Tools or Logic unlimited tracks, So as much as musicians, I'm interested in interviewing the engineers, which are like sometimes the unsung heroes of all these great records. But yeah. In any case, Melissa, we would love a bridge from Hawaii to San Diego too. Not much RVing in Hawaii. Hello, Robert. When are you gonna put up the Yellowstone videos? Imagine that. Before Yellowstone, we have of course Idaho, and before Idaho, we have Washington State, and Washington is gonna be like 2 or 3 videos, and before Washington, we have the Oregon coast. Before the Oregon coast, we have California, which is gonna be at least 2 videos. Before California, I don't know if I'm gonna mix Grand Canyon with Las Vegas. So it's at least 2 months, I think. Probably. Maybe there is a ferry boat, Melissa, from some. Didn't like 5 years ago they were talking about something that Elon Musk was doing that was like a tube. What was that called? Hyperstream, Hyperloop. What happened to the Hyperloop? That would be a great way to travel to Hawaii, like in 2 hours. Nicole Kendall, my retired Greyhound, raced in Flagler Greyhound track. Oh, really? That's cool. And Mardi Gras Casino before the tracks closed. Yeah, I think the Flagler closed relatively recently, didn't it? And Shariah, Mr. Robert, you are arranging good live show like gently. We are loving and watching this show. Thank you so much. And CLT, that's so cool, Nicole. And what did Nicole say? I missed it. Oh, the Greyhound. Okay, yeah. Woo. Have you ever done radio? Not much, not really. I did voiceovers back in the late 90s at this. I did it as an internship, really, for my TV production class, and I did some commercials in Spanish. Este programa es presentado por Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. Kraft Macaroni and Cheese, el quesosísimo. That used to be me, and I did it a couple of times. Este viernes el debate presidencial entre Al Gore y George W. Bush. Yeah, I did that kind of thing. Howdy, howdy, Robert from RV Vacation. Loving, enjoying your chat from Paima Tuning State Park in Northwest Pena. Tonight, frost on the pumpkin. Time to get RV trucking. 30 degrees. 30 degrees is not that bad. Lucky Dog production moderator. I'm older than you guys, so I will say the 60s. Okay. And Barbara. Hey, Barbara Zig. Hi, Robert and Ely. Ely's in the other room listening to the conversation. Hyperloop. That's what it was. CLT. David Silver. It's like 10cc's song. I'm not in love. Plenty of dubbing for that song. Yeah. Sorrento, Positano, Amalfi Coast. Refreshing and relaxing. Definitely I want to go to Italy. And Tornado TRG. Awesome. The other videos sound great too. We'll be watching. Thank you, Mr. Robato. Did you follow Pippi Peterson? Yeah, I think Pippi. What happened to Pippi? She burned out and she doesn't want to travel anymore. I saw that. And I started watching Pippi some years back. She had the Bounder, the Fleetwood Bounder, and she used to do she was always tearing something apart in that RV and putting solar panels and stuff. And then she started traveling, and then I guess she realized she doesn't like traveling anymore. She will be missed. My first album was the first new album put into cassette, American Pie, the first month of production. Cassette. You have a great voice for radio too. Oh, thank you. Michael Phillips, Chico Malo. Kern, the good answer on the interview question. I have not updated my name. I am uploading some gaming videos. I'm watching the live stream. Still have my travel channel. Okay, cool. The commercial voice was awesome. LOL. When do you do the Midwest trip? Think about visiting Milwaukee Summerfest. Best music festival. What time of the year does it happen? I was in Milwaukee. For a day. And for the first time I rode one of them scooters. You know, the spin or the Lime scooter. Old Coot Camper, Elon Musk, great idea. Who is going to be the first person to take an underground train under and through the San Andreas Fault? Good question. I don't know. I heard there was a tremor the other day on one of the faults in California, and they were alarmed. Robert, what is your favorite beach in Florida? Destin, hands down. Hey, love the voiceover work. The most interesting man in the world. Thank you. And Rosina Herrera Cetina. OMG, you have a good Spanish. Well, it's my first language, for the first 17 years of my life. That's what I spoke exclusively. And then I came here. Greetings from Vancouver, Washington. Enjoying the show. Thank you so much. That one guy. And Isaac Lorenzo. Love your videos, Robert. Me and my wife Melissa love singing along your intro. I'm riding in my RV. Cool. The Goombas. Lucky Dog. Only RVers, but have no age. I agree. Dylan Reynolds. Hi, Robert. Are you going to Toronto on the way back to Florida in 2020? It depends which way I take back from Alaska in 2020. I was thinking of going back down through the west. Although I might take the Trans-Canada and go to Toronto and all the way to... It all depends on how long it takes me. Because August, September, October. By October, I could do the east and follow the fall colors coming back to Florida. We'll see. Rolando Franco, hola Robert from Albuquerque, hello there, and Christopher Olson. Oh, you're still awake. Thanks for tonight, Robert. Bedtime in Sweden, 2 a.m. Oh, brother. Christopher Olson from Sweden. I want to go back to Sweden, like really go to Sweden. Not the Sweden I did last year. We just drove through. And Barbara Zig says, not to forget to click like. Thank you so much. Como sabeche cabeche. I don't know. Chico malo. Oh. 257 in chat. Yoo-hoo. Yeah, we're a tight, nice group of people here. For how long we've been doing this? An hour and a half. Maybe this is like a long movie, right? Maybe I should stop while I'm ahead, right? Do Detroit in 2020. You can cross through Canada. I drove through Detroit with Minitini this year, and you're gonna see it. And I missed cassette. It was cheaper than digital downloads. I was always an LP kind of guy. I always thought I've always been like a little bit of an audio quality snob. So cassettes to me, I mean, when I was in Cuba, that's all we had. That's what we had to listen to. Although I did have some records too. But I always thought records sounded better. But that's the hi-fi snob in me, you know. You should stop by Bethlehem, Pennsylvania in your travels. There's so many things to see here. Now, next time I'm in Pennsylvania for sure. What are your favorite states to RV in? I would say Arizona, California, Nevada, the places where they have good boondocking, of course. RVing, I like Georgia too, especially the northern Georgia. And when I say Georgia and northern Georgia, I also say Tennessee and North Carolina. You know, anything in Appalachia. Those are my favorite places to RV. Aunque no entienda nada en su escribe, I subscribed, even though I don't understand Ingrid English. You mean much. Well, thank you, Iris25, for subscribing. Thank you so much. And one of these days, when I have enough money to do it, I'm going to do Spanish subtitles on all my videos. And now, current travels and other stories. Okay, how is the pickup holding? I will get a Ram 1500 hopefully next year. The pickup is holding all up okay. Okay. I've made my peace with the Colorado. I was very critical of it at the beginning. Because to be honest, I'm an old curmudgeon, and all this electronic stuff sometimes it seems unnecessary. But it's been reliable, man. It's been reliable, and that's all that really matters, right? It took me back and forth through the. I put 30. I already went through in less than a year. I went through the bumper to bumper warranty. I have 36,000 miles on that thing, and it's going. Favorite RV park in Florida? It depends. If money is no object, no. I was gonna say Destin, but no. Oh boy, that's a difficult one. I'm gonna go for Boyd's Campground in the Florida Keys, just because it's next to Key West. I don't know, Wim. If you ask me again in 5 minutes, I might say something else. You should check out Balloon Fiesta in Albuquerque. Yeah, next year I might do that too. Hey, I'm Cuban too. Oh, thank you so much, Vivian. And Robert records have better sound to me also. Records, yeah. And if you see back here, no, you can't see it on camera. But let me see if I can pan here. That's my record collection there. Not a whole lot of mainstream known stuff, but there's even some records that I carried with me on the plane out of Cuba in 1987. What was the sketchiest place you've ever camped overnight? Probably that Walmart in Horizon City, Texas. LOL, now I have to look for another RAM. Yeah, man, I forgot. Someone crashed your RAM CLT. Was it a total loss? Well, I hope you get a brand new RAM soon. I bet you don't go to Mexico anytime soon. I would love to go to Mexico. I might do Baja this year or next year. because I've been to Cozumel, I've been to Playa del Carmen, I've been to the touristy stuff. But at some point, I wanna visit the true Mexico. An hour and 40 minutes here. And Paul Falsey, RV Caravan with us, heard something about brewery in Cape Canaveral area. Brewery in Cape Canaveral area? Say what? Mr. Robato, yeah, not much boondocking in New England. Maybe some the Harvest Hosts, and I think I have a few Army Corps engineer places. Yeah. Paul Fossey just got here. CLT, how was Paris? Yeah, CLT was in Paris. He even sent us pictures. What is your plan after you finish visiting everywhere in the U.S.? Well, let me tell you something. I'm never going to finish visiting everything in the U.S. because there is so much to see. Michael Phillip, avoid Slab City even if it's free. I would visit it once, but I wouldn't overnight there if I can avoid it. And I did visit in my first westward trip. Red Jaguar 100 Travels. Why did Miami become so strict on RV parking at your home? Did people complain like they're doing in Philadelphia? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was because for many years, the city of Miami, generally speaking, they don't really care. I mean, there's the regulation in the books, but unless someone complains, they don't come. But I'm pretty sure someone snitched me out, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But that's all I'm gonna say. Have you ever seen any ghosts or any place that give you a creepy feeling? I've gotten the creepy feeling at some places, but never seen any ghosts. No. Lion King for a meetup in Broward. Looking. I understood Lion King for some reason. All right, Fort Ticonderoga is a great visit along with Lake George, New York. Just beautiful. Grand Bend, Ontario. All right. Well, I'm going to start wrapping this up, by the way. Saludos desde Venice, Florida. Saludos to you. A vacation. Need to mooch dog in Pennsylvania. Let's all go to Red Jaguar's home. No, just kidding. All right. We're going to start wrapping it up here because you guys are funny. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday evening. I hope you have a great weekend and many more happy travels. Don't forget to winterize if you are up north, and if you can, come south. Because I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. Cause I'm free in my RV, yeah, I'm riding from Florida to Tennessee. Soon in Alabama I'll be, 'cause I'm free in my RV. Alright everybody, thank you for coming. See you next Friday, same time, same YouTube channel. And how do I stop this?